don't talk on trains.
Don't talk on trains. Someone started saying that tipping is rude in Japan. I don't think it's rude.
No, I don't think it's rude either. I guess related to that, Japanese people don't tie their shoelaces so tight.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
thing.
like you wouldn't say,
Yeah, like so. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to Let's Ask Shogo. It's me, Shogo, and I have Kazu,
hello.
and also Tomoko,
Hello.
and Harumi.
Hello.
All four of us.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming, everyone. So guys, we are very, very excited that from June 2022, it seems that Japan will finally be accepting some tourists coming into Japan.
Yay.
Little by little,
Yay.
but the situation is finally starting to improve and get better.
That's
We
right.
are very, very excited. So because it's this timing, I've actually been receiving more comments and more DMs asking me, Shogo, I'm finally going to be able to go to Kyoto, to Japan, and I wanted to ask you again, what are the things that I should do and I should not do kind of questions, yeah. So I thought this would be a really good occasion for us to react to 11 things not to do in Japan. That's 14 million views.
Oh my god, that's a lot
It's
of
a
views.
really popular video, and today we'd like to share with you our thoughts and experiences about the things that are introduced in this video.
In this channel.
In this channel, we react to videos related to Japanese history and culture. So learners and lovers of Japanese history and culture, be sure to subscribe to enjoy more content. それでは早速見てまいりましょう. Let's jump right into it. All right, so then let's start watching the video. Oh, that's a bad. Oh no. That's a lot of people. It must be Tokyo.
Oh.
Japan has a rich and complex culture that make it a
that's
favorite
good, huh?
travel destination of many. But it also makes the country really easy for tourists to embarrass themselves in.
Yeah, I guess.
Here are
it's a
11
little bit
things that you should
complicated, maybe.
absolutely not do
Oh, this
while
is
in Japan.
Arashiyama. Yeah, in Kyoto.
Number 1. Don't tip. Tipping is not a part of Japanese culture.
That's a lot.
Someone will probably come running after you with your money if you do. Now in some restaurants you'll see a vending machine where you just insert your money and you choose whatever food item you want. So there's actually no waiter that you could tip.
Sure.
Either way, don't leave a tip because it's actually considered insulting to the waiter.
Okay. There you go. Number 1, don't tip.
Don't tip.
Yeah, this is something that we often talk about.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I made a YouTube shorts about this once, about this topic, yeah. One thing that I always want to say whenever we talk about this topic is that he was saying it too, but it's insulting to the waiter. Someone started saying that tipping is rude in Japan. I don't think it's rude.
No, I don't think it's rude either.
I think that person would probably be just simply more confused.
Confused, yeah.
Because we just don't have the system, right? You know, they don't know what to do with the money, you know.
I guess it's not just like being rude. I mean, if you pay too much extra money, then the waiter would like come running after you.
Yeah, I think that would happen.
Yeah, that would happen.
To be honest.
Yeah, they would like think that you like overpay too much, so they need to like bring your money back. right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to think that it's completely rude and it's something really, really bad to do in Japan. Yeah,
that's
that's.
right.
I think that's a misunderstanding that was born somewhere. Yeah, I think it's really close to, from my point of view, it's really close to the slurping ramen is to show your appreciation to the
Oh,
chef.
chef.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. I don't know where that came from. We're
That
always talking
little
about.
bit of misinformation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It probably comes from the matcha that we slurp in tea ceremony. That is express our appreciation without speaking. But ramen, like appreciation to the chef, no one has been taught that in Japan. Absolutely not. So I think tipping is rude is kind of close to that. Yeah. Okay, let's keep on going.
Number 2. Cover your tattoos. Tattoos in Japan are
tattoos.
generally associated with criminals and yakuza. Because of this, tattoos are frowned upon in Japanese society, and most pools and bathhouses bar
Yeah.
anyone with a tattoo from entering.
Yeah, tattoo problems.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
exactly,
Frequently
exactly.
discussed.
But there are actually quite a lot of tattoo shops in Kyoto too.
That's right,
A lot
that's
of
right.
tattoo shops and tattoo artists in Kyoto. And I think among the young, I think there's more and more people
That's
who have
right.
tattoos as just simply as art. But to be honest, is it completely accepted in society? I think the answer would be no, though. Yeah, so I think this is really close to what Japan is actually like, to be honest. Yeah.
I think the thing with tattoos is like right now, if you see someone with a tattoo, you don't really associate them with Yakuza.
Not that much anymore.
Like tattoo equals Yakuza is something in the past completely.
Sure.
But still, because that there was the past there, tattoos just generally have a kind of negative image.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
underground kind of image.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
why.
Which is not true.
Yeah,
but
it's not true, but it just get this kind of, maybe this person's a little bit scary or stuff like that.
That is completely true, yeah.
So I think the part where tattoos are like a type of art is really gaining a lot of acceptance in society. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing I want to add is that Japanese people having tattoos and people from overseas having tattoos, the impression would be completely different.
Yeah,
too.
it would be, yeah.
Yeah, completely different as well. But again, as he said here, will you be able to go into the facilities then? That's still a no.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Number 3, don't hand cash to cashiers.
Don't hand.
Now this may seem like a
cashiers.
contradictory statement, but in Japan, almost every convenience store will use a tray that you're supposed to
Oh,
place
yeah,
the money
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is used out of convenience so that the coins don't fall everywhere, and also so that everyone can see exactly what's happening with the money at all times.
Okay. This, I guess, from my experience,
Yeah.
to be honest, after COVID, I think everyone started using these trays a little bit more, but I usually handed the money to the cashier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
By hand by hand?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just
really?
felt it's a little bit more, polite.
Politely? Oh, okay.
Yeah, to hand it directly to their hands. Yeah. Do you always use these trays even before COVID?
Oh
Or-
yeah, I always use this tray because
really?
especially because I had experience working at a supermarket.
Oh, okay.
It's really inconvenient when someone puts their money on the counter. The coins like fly everywhere, and then that's gonna be a nuisance. And I personally, when I use this tray to pay my cash, I usually like line up all the coins so it's easy for the cashier to.
That's
count.
very kind.
Because I feel really happy when when a
okay.
customer does that to me. So yeah, I really like this culture.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say this is like something that you would absolutely not be allowed to do in Japan, though. I always do it actually. So yeah.
I think it's more polite
Uh-huh.
to use tray for the store side. Prepare a tray is like more polite way to
Yeah.
receive the money.
Yeah.
But if you have the change, employee will
Hand
hand
you
you
the-
the change, right? But
That's right.
At that time, I think it's hand to hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right,
exactly.
that's right.
That's right.
Hand to hand is more polite.
Oh.
But if you are receiving the money, it's more polite to have a tray.
That's exactly
Okay, yeah,
true.
that's right. The
Harumi's
position with the
explanation.
customer and the store.
Yeah, Harumi's explanation is perfect. So I don't think this is something you have to take so seriously, though. Yeah, it's up to you.
Depends, I guess.
Yeah, it depends. It's a lot
Number
of
4,
people.
Japanese-only restaurants. Now this may seem kind of crazy, but some Japanese restaurants will not allow any foreigners into their establishments. That is because while the Japanese can be very friendly and welcoming, there are some aspects of their culture that make them a little xenophobic.
Okay.
There's really no way to tell whether or not a restaurant is Japanese only, but you'll know pretty quickly as soon as you walk in. Usually what happens is a waiter will wave his or her hands no, you'll be told to leave, or any combination of those.
Okay. I guess this is true.
Really?
Unfortunately.
Oh, I've never had any occasions. With
Oh,
this.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that's really good. I guess because I've been in Kyoto for quite a long
Yeah, I
time
guess,
now.
yeah.
So there are a lot of restaurants in Kyoto. There's this thing called Ichigen-san o Kotowari. Yeah, and they do explain it that we're not trying to be rude to the customers. They have this rule that first-time customers are not allowed to come into the restaurant because they don't have a relationship with the customers.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why they reject first-time customers. There is that culture, and again, there are some restaurants that simply don't want any people except for Japanese people to come to their restaurants, unfortunately. Harumi and I actually had this kind of experience before. Harumi found a sushi restaurant that we wanted to go to together. It was a long time back, even before we had our daughters. Yeah, but we went in and we were waiting for our seats. There were some people from overseas. I think they were from an Asian country, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the shop owner there, the sushi chef there, was like, just shoot, get out of here. kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, and actually left. I was super pissed. Super pissed at that time. Yeah. The Japanese guest, he's like, oh, this way, please, irashaimase and everything. And the moment a different person from a different country
Yeah.
comes, he's like, he's not even looking at them. He's like,
Really?
Yeah,
No,
seriously,
that's
seriously.
really rude.
very, very rude. Yeah, but that's exactly what he was saying. It's hard. It's impossible for you to to understand that from the outside. But to avoid that, I think, you know, it's best you look at like TripAdvisor.
Yeah, maybe.
Or some of those, you know, review sites to see if that doesn't happen to you, because I don't want anyone to experience that. Yeah. But unfortunately, there are some really, really outdated, terrible places that do that. Yeah. It really does happen in Kyoto. Yeah, a lot as well. Do you have any experience like that, Tomoko?
No, never. But
No, that's good.
we Japanese are not good at English, right? I think not all shop is welcome foreigner.
Yeah,
Exactly. Not just because like they hate the people
Yeah, like
from
they don't.
overseas. They just don't know how to talk to
That's
them.
right.
and
They don't
it'll
have
be-
English menus.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be a lot of trouble, I guess, for
Yeah,
them.
I guess.
Yeah,
For I guess both parties.
yeah, exactly. So from my point of view, it's really, really rude, but it does happen, unfortunately.
yeah, I
Very
guess.
sad, but it does happen.
Number 5.
five?
Don't talk on trains.
Don't talk on trains.
The volume of
Okay.
your voice is extremely important in Japan, as everyone is hyper aware and very respectful that they share their space with others. That means talking loudly or speaking on the phone in trains is a definite no, and you should avoid it as best you can.
Okay. That is true. That is
That's
true.
pretty obvious, kind of.
But whenever I see these videos where they talk about this is something that you should never do in Japan kind of thing, like, well, we do talk on
Yeah, I
the
mean,
train.
yeah, we do.
Phone calls would definitely be frowned upon.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but talking on the train, you would have like small conversations. Like, with
I
your
mean,
friends
it's
and
like so
family.
natural to say like, "Hey, is this the next stop?" You know, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you wouldn't say
Yeah, like suddenly
kind of thing.
hand signs or
Yeah,
anything.
no, we
you
wouldn't do that.
Exactly. So, I mean, you should try to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah,
but you don't
definitely.
have to be like completely silent or anything. If you come to Japan, you'll notice this immediately.
Yeah, that's right.
It's something that you don't have to worry about that much. Phone calls, though, absolutely no. Yeah, there might be some angry elderly coming up to you. Yeah, and yelling at you. I had seen those occasions a lot. Yeah. And I actually had a time when Harumi was pregnant with our first daughter, and Harumi gave me a phone call when I was on the train, and I thought it might have been an emergency.
Yeah.
So I actually took the phone. I was like trying to speak as quietly as possible, and then the train staff just, you know, by coincidence walked past by me, and he stopped my phone call and forced me to hang up actually at that time. So people might come up to you and caution you for that. So that would be a little bit of a uncomfortable experience.
Yeah. So in order to avoid that, I guess you just kind of like have to lower your volume a little bit.
Yeah, and just avoid
Phone calls.
Yeah.
And I think you can't eat and drink in a train.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Those are definitely no.
Along with the sound, the smell
Yeah.
of the food you eat, the things you drink is definitely going to be affecting others too. So that's something you should absolutely not do.
Yeah, that's right.
Tokyo is so busy.
Number 7. Don't wear shoes in the house.
Don't worry. Oh, okay.
Like most
yeah.
people, the Japanese don't want the dirt from outside getting in the house. They take it one step further though and provide slippers and shoe cubbies at the front door.
I guess,
Even
yeah.
some
that's right.
restaurants will ask customers to take their shoes off before coming inside.
Yeah, of course. Like if there's like a ozashiki seat,
Oh, okay.
like you would take off your shoes too. I mean, like a lot of the izakaya have those kind of seats too. Like if it's kind of like a ryokan style restaurant, you would take off your
then
shoes
maybe.
at the very beginning.
Yeah,
too.
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and the slippers
Yes.
are definitely provided at those places, at the restaurants and such. But you know, taking off the shoes, whenever I talk about this, a lot of people tell me that, well, this is definitely not only in Japan though. Yeah, a lot of people take off their shoes. You know,
Oh, yeah,
even in
I
the
guess.
US, my friends were saying that we usually take off our shoes today. You know, but I did remember seeing when I was working in the tourism industry though, because you have a lot of shoes with a lot of shoelaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, Japanese people, I guess, because we're used to putting on and taking off our shoes more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't take that much time for us to put our shoes back on. But whenever I was working, whenever you have to take off your shoes there, a lot of people were struggling though. That I do remember.
I guess related to that, Japanese people don't tie their shoelaces so tight.
Yeah, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
so
I
they
guess
like tie it a little bit loose so that you don't have to take off your shoelaces every time you take your shoes off.
Yeah, it'll take a lot of time.
Yeah,
for
that's
it,
right, that's right.
So. But whenever you do have to take off your shoes, it'll be really obvious. Yeah, people will tell you where to take off your shoes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's not something that you have to be really worried about, you know. Yeah, it won't be that difficult, I bet. Yeah.
Number
Fishies?
9.
Oh.
How not to eat sushi.
Okay.
Fish have been
Oh,
the
sushi
central
rules.
part of the Japanese
Not
diet
to
for
eat.
centuries, and they've developed tons of different ways to better enjoy the fish. so it's not a bad idea to get to know some of them.
Yeah.
The first mistake that most people make is ordering a bunch of sushi at once, instead of a little bit at a time, which they recommend. It's because the temperature of the fish actually matters. You're supposed to eat it as soon as it comes onto your plate. That's why you sit right at the bar in most sushi places in Japan. The next big mistake that people make is dunking the rice directly into the soy sauce, which makes it absorb way too much. The correct way to do it, if you're going to do it at all, is to flip the fish over so that just the backside of the fish touches the soy sauce. This allows the soy sauce to enhance the flavor of the fish, but without drowning it out.
You can see the part where
the video was really, really difficult to watch. All right, yep. We actually, reacted to Nanikibashi.
Yeah, that's right, that's right.
Japanese tradition sushi. They were dipping the sushi, swimming in the soy sauce.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. But everything explained is completely correct.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And you guys might not know, but I've actually made a video called Sushi Taboos.
Everything. We have every video.
All of the taboos. Yeah. I talked about this too.
Yes.
Yeah, especially. That's right. If it takes too much time for you to eat the sushi after it's prepared, the taste will definitely get worse.
Degrade, yeah.
Exactly. So, especially if you're going to be eating at kind of a proper sushi restaurant at a counter and such, and you have this chef right in front of you, he'd be like, "Please eat it as soon as possible."
Start sweating rapidly.
No, exactly. It's just will be really wasteful for your experience.
Yeah, that's
too,
right.
For sure. Yeah. So eating one at a time is definitely true. And the soy sauce thing, he did it completely correct.
Yeah.
But I think maybe eating with your hands might be a little bit difficult for most people. What do you
Maybe,
think?
yeah. But I guess if you're not that used to chopsticks, maybe your hands are more steady.
I guess so.
I guess with the flipping and then the holding and then maybe.
Any other sushi taboos that would come on top? Anything else you would think of? But one regarding soy sauce though, if you're gonna be eating the gunkan type sushi, you won't be dipping it directly into the soy sauce, but you'll be using the gari, the slide ginger to put it, put it on. But I guess everything else you basically covered it. So there are a few other rules too. You can take a look at my old video, but those ones you could keep in mind, but you don't have to be that stressed when eating sushi. So just a few things that he mentioned here would be good, I think. It's a really good video here.
Yeah.
Number 10. Don't expect to use your card. Japan is a cash-based society.
Oh, okay,
They're generally skeptical of credit cards.
True.
So almost every place that you'll visit will use cash. Don't worry though, because the 7-Eleven ATMs will work with any card and are open 24 hours a day. It's not unusual for Japanese businessmen to grab 30 or 40,000 yen before they leave the house. Like I said, everything here is done in cash.
Okay. Well, again, this video was made a few years back, right?
Yeah.
I think Japan is a little bit more open to cards now. Yeah, but now I think we're a little bit late on the e-money.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
that's right.
applications and stuff. Those are really, really late. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna be buying something at a convenience store, you'd be able to use basically everything.
Everything,
every option will be available at convenience stores. But other places, there's so many places where you can't use applications yet, and it's very stressful. But the reason why Japan is so late on these things is because most people, again, Japan is a very aging society, saying the same thing over and over, sorry guys, but it's true. It's not worth the restaurants and shops to have the system for you to be able to pay with applications.
That's right.
Because every time you have the installations and all the machinery for you to be able to pay with your application, it takes money, right? Like monthly pay sometimes, or commissions and stuff like that. It's not worth placing it there because all of the older people can't use it or don't use it at all. They don't even know about the existence. So that's a problem. It's not worth the places for them to have it. So, how was it in Hiroshima, by the way? I think it'd be a little bit different in Kyoto.
To be honest, because Kyoto is a lot more larger city, like a more modernized city, I was really surprised when I came from Hiroshima because there's a lot, a lot more places where you can use cards for your payment, some applications, and like e-money, stuff like that. So yeah, that was really surprising. Like for me, my impression would be like maybe 40 or 50% of all stores would only accept cash in Hiroshima. That's a lot higher than Kyoto. You were saying about 30%?
Yeah, I would say 30.
What do you think? Isn't that about the right amount?
And Hiroshima, my image would be like 50.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
exactly. And Hiroshima isn't a really small city either.
It's still one of the biggest cities in the Chugoku, Shikoku area.
Yeah, exactly. It's on the southern part of Japan. So even in Hiroshima,
Yeah.
That's the situation. in
Yeah,
Japan.
that's right. So you
if you
can
go to like the
understand.
countryside places,
No
I think
way.
it'll be really, really even worse. I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah. So if you're only going to like Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, maybe Fukuoka, Hiroshima, these places, maybe you won't feel this that much. But if you want to go to the countryside places and see the nature and such, yes, grab your cash.
Yeah, get the cash. Get all
Grab
the
your
cash.
cash, absolutely.
Everything.
Otherwise, you're gonna be in deep trouble in Japan. Okay.
Last but not least, number 11. Receiving business cards.
Oh,
This
business
is
cards
another good
coming
one if
here.
you plan on meeting people while in Japan. When exchanging business cards, always receive the card with two hands and study it carefully before putting it away. Don't shove it into your back pocket carelessly, as it may be interpreted as being rude. It's best to carefully place it into your wallet to show that you respect them and the business they work for.
That is so true.
If you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you.
Okay,
and
so that is
click
the
on
last
video.
one, exactly. 11 business cards. Yep. This is again another thing that a lot of the younger generations are saying it's outdated.
Yes.
Yeah, because we actually made a video for this too.
Yeah, we have that too.
Like a tutorial video for how to exchange cards, but it's so complicated and it's definitely not productive.
Yeah, it is a waste of time, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, like, a really good greeting is important.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
polite greeting is important, but like all of the complicated rules of using your hands and going this way around, having to exchange from the juniors to the superiors first, and all of that, I explained in my old video.
right.
That's like, just get that done and start getting to
Get
the
into
work.
business,
Get
yeah.
into business, But that's what the younger generations, which is a really small population, are saying. Unfortunately, again, the majority of Japanese people still believe that business cards are really important. Yeah, so you can't go by saying that business cards are important. I don't care anymore. It's definitely going to be really difficult for you.
It's gonna stay around for a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, so just understanding some of the really basic ways of doing this would come in handy.
Yes, it would.
For sure. But as he said, using both of your hands and believing that the card is a part of the other person.
Yes.
You don't just cram it into your pockets and such. Yeah, something really important, I think.
Yeah.
And I think managing business cards is also hard, difficult.
That is so true.
That's right.
I often use the app to manage the business card, but my boss didn't use app.
Yeah.
So finding the business card is difficult to look with app.
Yeah, you're gonna have a huge pile of cards in your
Yeah,
hands.
that's right.
As Tomoko was saying, the applications are much more convenient today.
Yes.
But still, it is a little bit tiresome to scan all the cards all the time.
That's right.
Yeah, and the scanning the accuracy isn't that high, so in the end you have to type the names and everything. So again, it's a little bit tiresome. Yeah. But of course, this was something you were taught in your first years.
Yes, I think in most Japanese companies, the first thing you would learn are the manners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like how to bow, how to exchange cards, how to prepare tea for the guests and stuff like that. Business cards would be in one of those 101s for business situations.
Definitely, yeah. And by the way, regarding this thing, I wanted to ask, especially Kazu and Tomoko something.
Yeah.
Whenever we go to the Kyoto Hidden Gem series
Yeah.
and we go to some of the facilities, I always prepare a business card, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I prepare a business card, I always feel that the other person at the facilities aren't prepared with their business cards. Do you think they think that YouTube is not such a serious business, or do you think they don't take us seriously, or?
I guess it's like the how do you say, like how we present ourselves, because usually when we go to film stuff outside, like it's a Kyoto Hidden Gem series, we usually ask them to treat us like regular customers, which is why they think like it's not more of a business, it's just like we're filming the whole experience kind of thing. So I think usually they don't prepare cards for like regular guests, right?
True.
Yeah, so I think that's like how they prepare.
Okay.
So it's not like they're like looking down on us or like looking down on YouTube.
Overthinking.
Overthinking again.
Yeah.
I think it's just regular for them to not be prepared.
Okay. If you say so. Yeah, if Tomoko says so too. Yes. Then everything is fine. Nothing for me to say anymore. Right.
But maybe.
Hopefully that's true.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully what Kazu explained is true. Yeah. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. So if you're willing to learn more about the things that you can and cannot do in Japan, we explained a lot during the reacting. We actually have a lot of videos talking about that.
Yeah.
Something that weren't included in this video was maybe the rules for onsen for the hot springs, and stuff like that too. So I hope you can check those videos out. And if you have any other questions for rules and manners in Japan, you can let us know in the comments. We'll be happy to reply to you and answer your questions. So then our goal is to achieve 2 million subscribers by January 2023. So your help would mean a lot. And we'll see you in our next React video. 皆さんどうもありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
バイバーイ。